Our footprints on Sands of Time, Kerala Federation of Women Lawyers. On 13/9/1963 at 5 pm, 13 women lawyers of the Kerala High Court convened the first meeting of the Kerala branch of the Indian Federation of Women Lawyers at the High Court Advocates Association Hall. Advocate Mariakutti John was elected as the first president. She was to be the first woman government pleader of the High Court. Quick to start their activities, members attended the first national conference of IFWL at Bombay in January 1964. The small, vibrant group was brave enough to host the second national conference of IFWL at Ernakulam in December 1965. It was presided by Mrs. Violet Alva, the then president of FIDA. She was the force behind organizing the women lawyers in India and one of the founders of IFWL. Justice Anna Chandi, who studied law after her marriage and while raising a family, entered judicial service as a magistrate in 1937 and was elevated as a judge of the High Court in 1959. She became the first woman to occupy that post in the entire country, if not the world. A staunch supporter of women lawyers, she urged them never to give up the fight for recognition as equals in the profession. The Federation bid farewell to Justice Anna Chandi on her retirement in 1967. The Federation engaged itself in giving free legal aid to the poor and the deprived women, suggested amendments to various legislations touching on the rights of women. On the untimely demise of Advocate Mariakutti John, the first president of the Federation, her portrait was placed in the High Court Advocates Association Hall in October 1970. Justice P. Janaki Amma, the second woman judge of the Honorable High Court of Kerala, was sworn in 1974. Spreading her wings, in 1975, Advocate Usha Sukumaran, as she then was, attended the conference of the FIDA at Germany. In 1981, Advocate T.D. Rajalakshmi and Advocate Usha Sukumaran attended the UN conference at Vienna on the consequences of the enforcement of the UN Convention on the elimination of all forms of discrimination as regards women. The 9th Biennial Conference of the Indian Federation of Women Lawyers was hosted by Kerala branch in December 1982 at Ernakulam. It was inaugurated by Justice Y.V. Chandrachud, the then Chief Justice of India. Advocate Sujata V. Manohar participated in this conference. She was later to become the Chief Justice of Kerala High Court in 1994. Justice M. Fatima Bibi, a champion of women lawyers, was elevated as a judge of the Kerala High Court in 1983. She was later elevated as the first woman judge of the Supreme Court of India in 1989. The activities of the Federation spread to all parts of the states, and the members practicing in the High Court increased. Chief Justice V.S. Mallimath sanctioned a bigger room with better facilities in 1991 in the old High Court complex. In February 1991, Justice K.K. Usha, one of the founder members of the Federation, was elevated as a judge of the Kerala High Court. She was the first woman judge to be elevated from the bar in Kerala, and she was the first woman Chief Justice from Kerala. In 1997, Advocate Chinsi Gopakumar became the first lady lawyer to be elected to the Bar Council of Kerala. She was elected for 4 terms from 1997 to 2016. In 2001, Chief Justice K.K. Usha started a creche in the Kerala High Court, which was the first one of its kind in the country.
In 2006, the Kerala High Court moved into the new High Court building complex. A very spacious room was allotted with sufficient facilities in the new High Court building to the Federation, which was inaugurated on 24/2/2006. In 2007, recognizing their merit and competence, Advocate Sumati Dandapani and Advocate V.P. Seemandani were designated as senior advocates by the High Court of Kerala. On 2/1/2008, a room with computer facilities was inaugurated by the then Chief Justice H.L. Dattu in Justice Janaki Amma Hall. The very same year, the Kerala branch of the IFWL resolved to become part of All India Federation of Women Lawyers and registered in the name Kerala Federation of Women Lawyers. In December 2009, Biennial Conference of AIFWL was hosted by Kerala Federation of Women Lawyers at Ernakulam. The then President of India, Srimati Pratibha Patil, herself a lawyer, inaugurated the conference. 2014 was a joyous year again. After the elevation of Justice K.K. Usha in 1991, we had to wait 23 years for a woman lawyer to be elevated from the bar. Justice P.V. Asha was sworn in as judge of the High Court in 2014. Justice Anu Shivaraman, a vibrant member of the Federation, was elevated as Judge of the High Court in 2015. Justice Mary Joseph, a member of the Federation, was appointed as District Judge in 2001 and later elevated as Judge of the High Court in 2015. God's own country faced the worst ever natural calamity in 2018. We had unprecedented floods and the Federation contributed substantially to flood relief work. In 2019, a group of young women lawyers came up with a project proposal on internet safety of children. The Kerala State Legal Services Authority sanctioned the project Child Internet Safety in Kerala, building child online protection teams. It aimed at creating internet safety awareness among the children and also to collect data on their internet usage. The project was successfully completed and the Federation has placed its reports containing its findings along with recommendations for framing appropriate policy decisions by the state government for ensuring the privacy and the safety of the children in our state before the KELSA. In 2021, the High Court Legal Services Committee initiated a project, Victim Rights Center, a service platform to extend legal and emotional support to women, children and trans women, which was taken over by the KELSA. The center has been conducting prison mentoring for women convicts and exclusive help to sexual assault survivors. About 52 members of the Federation are functioning as pro bono lawyers for this service platform. Yet another Federation member, Justice Shobha Annamma Eapen, was elevated to the High Court on 18/5/2022. The High Court Legal Services Committee initiated a facility, Family Counselling Center, to help and guide litigants to reach a logical conclusion to their protracted litigations in March 2022. The High Court Legal Services Committee reposed confidence in the Federation and delegated the management of the Family Counselling Center to the Federation. In April 2023, the High Court Legal Services Committee launched yet another project, Samvada, for school students of the state of Kerala with an objective to inculcate civic sense in students to mold them as responsible citizens of the country. Federation is the chief consulting body of this project. Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, delivered the Justice K.K. Usha Memorial Lecture as part of the Women's Day celebration of the Federation for the year 2023. Kerala High Court presently has 5 women judges, including Honorable Justice Sophie Thomas and Honorable Justice C.S. Sudha. We remember with respect Justice Manjula Chellur, Justice D. Sridevi, Justice Lakshmi Kuti, Justice Hema, Justice Harirani, Justice V. Shersi, Justice Annie John and Justice Anita M.R. 60 years after its formation, we have 1,026 members in the Federation. We have reached here because of the path laid by the handful brave women who defied social prejudices and limitations of the period. We remember with gratitude Advocates Maria Kuti John, Annamma Alexander, Cicely Joseph, M.A. Sarojini, Baby George, Madhuri Lata, Kamala Bai, Justice K.K. Usha, who were the members of the first committee of the Federation. Women lawyers who have left their mark in the trial courts include Advocate Mary Dias, Advocate Vishwalakshmi, Advocate Rajamma of Alapi Bar, Advocate Ammani Devi and Advocate Jamila Bivi of Koilon, Advocate Pyare Jan of Palakkad, Advocate Selin Wilfred of Trivandrum, to name a few. It was not a cakewalk for the women lawyers of this country as well of the state to break barriers and make significant strides in the legal profession. But they have successfully challenged the status quo, and we can proudly claim to have success stories of women lawyers being tenacious in attaining their goals and growing up to be respected professionals.